The headlines appear on TV and in newspapers, stories about the rise in youth crime and youth violence throughout Central Maryland. The question usually asked, what's being done to help young people?
Growing up as a teenager, it's a lot.
Enter the Boys and Girls Club. The organization has been around for generations. Recent funding from the state and the Baltimore Ravens is bringing these clubs to more communities.
There's so many things we can't control. We as a society can control whether or not a young person has access to something like a Boys and Girls Club, and that's why we exist.
This morning, we share the stories of those who are currently sitting at the table, from the directors.
It really is being aware, listening to our young people, and just being there for them.
To mental health professionals.
By 2025, all of the 5,200 Boys and Girls Clubs across the country will have 100% of their staff that will be trained in informed trauma care.
And of course, the young people themselves.
I never had that voice to speak about what was going on with certain family members and certain things going on with me. And now I can recognize that in kids because I went through that.
Talking with all the different youth or talking to all the different teens helped me kind of get out of my shell a little bit more.
As a young adult, I'm like, wow, that's a big step. I can achieve anything if I put my mind to it.
That's all coming up this morning on 11 TV Hill. Joining us now is Yolanda Birch. She's the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club Maryland, and Jeff Breslin. He's the president of Boys and Girls Club Maryland, Metro Baltimore. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
I'll date myself with this first comment. So I was looking for an old ad that I remember of Boys and Girls Club. In 1986, it was Telly Savalas. It is a wayward boy who was looking for, I think they described it as, someone to believe in and teamwork and beat the streets at Boys and Girls Club. Listen, the mission, the words may have changed, but the mission, even since 86, hasn't really changed a whole lot, which is a blessing, I guess.
Yes, we continue to be a safe space for young people. When I started, it was the positive place for kids, and now we talk about making great futures for our young people. So the mission is still the same, the vision is still the same, and for individuals who work for our organization, the passion is all the same, but doing whatever for our young people.
What is different is that what kids face right now. The world has changed a whole lot. There's access to violence and guns and things that I guess we didn't think in 1986. We were just worried about a kid being lonely. How does that change your job?
Yeah, across the state of Maryland, there's 250,000 kids would be in an after-school program if one were available to them. We think about what happens every day after school. Whether a young person goes home or not, they come to a place like a Boys and Girls Club, it can dictate their future. And, our job is to be there for them and to give them not just the tools and resources and programs, but incredible caring people that are here for them to really love them and help them think about what they want for their future. And then when you add in all that's going on around us in the world, in Baltimore and Maryland and really the entire country and in the world, there's so many things we can't control. We as a society can control whether or not a young person has access to something like a Boys and Girls Club, and that's why we exist.
You have a lot of competition, a lot of it is digital. As we sat here and waited, we all picked up our phone at some point, and I guess a kid can go home and look on their computer or their iPad or whatever. There are things that probably keep them from coming to your doorstep. How do you make it something that's desirable for them?
I think part of it is we can harness the power of technology and distractions and all the things that kids have access to. It sounds really simple, but one of the great things about a Boys and Girls Club is we let kids be kids. And imagine if more kids were just given the ability to be innocent, fun-loving young people, a society would be even better.
Yeah, I'll also add, the one thing that technology can't give our kids is that caring individual. And that's what Boys and Girls Club is known for, our staff. Our staff truly care for our young people, and we meet them where they are. And we're also very aware of current trends and technology, and so we infuse all of that into the programming that we offer. We ask our young people, so what's the new thing? What are you interested in? And if it's podcasting, I never would have thought our young people would be interested in podcasting. Okay, well, write a proposal. What are you looking to do? Jeff goes out, raises the funds, and now our young people have a podcast that they're doing. So it really is being aware, listening to our young people, and just being there for them. We are very tuned into our children. We know when they're shy, when they may need to be paired up with a little more outspoken individual, or learning that child and connecting them with the programs that they'll be interested in. So I've been blessed to see kids come in at 6 or 5.5. My mom said to say I'm 6. and blossom and graduate, so to speak, from Boys and Girls Club, and then come back and work for Boys and Girls Club because of the impact that the club made on their lives and just completely changed their lives and their family lives. And I also like to think, change our community a little as well.
And real quick, because you're holding out on me. So you worked your way through the ranks. So this was...
Yes.
Okay.
I started out as a volunteer. I was offered a part-time position with the promise of it going full-time. And I was like, do I move to Atlanta to be a teacher in the early 90s, or do I take a chance on Boys and Girls Club? And I took a chance on Boys and Girls Club, or I like to say Boys and Girls Club took a chance on me, and I never left. Where else can I not only touch a young person, but I get to touch a sibling, I get to work with their parents, I get to work with the community as a whole and other partners really trying to make a difference. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm a lifer.
They're stuck with you now.
Yes.
I'm sure they're glad to have you. Thank you both. It was good to meet you.
Thank you.